Hey guys, what's up? It is Brandon Lewin. Yeah. I should get some music, like a crowd like, ah. Anyway, it's Brandon. How you doing? What's up? It's me. Welcome back to another video. Today we're actually going to be talking about a tutorial and a review on HotJar. So if you've never heard of HotJar, then you're in for a treat. It is one of these tools that I have found and I've heard about for a little bit of time. I actually have a client and a friend who uses it, or at least had it set up, didn't really use it, for a while, for a few months now. And I just, within the last month, have really just started to roll up my sleeves and really get used to it and dive into the different features and capabilities that HotJar has as a heat map tool. And I say heat map with quotations because it's really more than just a heat map tool. It does fall into that category because it has heat maps, but as we'll jump into it, there is so much more to this. So first of all, I actually Wednesday night went to a talk here in Austin, and Pep from Conversion XL. I hope if he watches this or if anyone knows him, I apologize. I was trying to pay so much attention to remember exactly what the pronunciation is. If it's Pep or Peep, I think it's Pep. Let's say Pep. Pep from Conversion XL. Fantastic guy. Was talking a lot about conversion optimization, which was right up my alley. And every time he dropped something, I was always like, what kind of tool do you use? And it always came back to HotJar. So this is awesome. So I got a lot of cool things to share with you guys, and we'll jump right into it. First of all, when you sign up for HotJar, it is absolutely free to start off. You can have the capabilities of upgrading to a pro version, which starts off about $29 a month. As of right now, this is in May of 2016. So if you're watching this in the future, it could have changed. But as of right now, it's $29 a month. To upgrade it, you get more recordings, you get more visitors to be able to be tracked. There are added features. You get to take notes on the people that actually come to your site and the recordings that you have. So, but there's a complete free version. When you sign up, you get a free trial of the pro version. You can have that for about 14 days. Then it asks you to go through the steps, and it takes you to the code. You get set up. It's very intuitive. Get the code, you have to put it on your website. Now, if you have Google Tag Manager, perfect place to place it. Just put it throughout all your pages, and then it'll ask you to set up your first heat map. So then you go ahead and you set up your first heat map. And it'll just do like your typical My Home page. So what it looks like is that when you click onto page views and heat maps, you'll see I've set up a few other ones for a couple different pages just to be able to see what people do on those pages. And as you can see, as a regular free version and not the pro version, you only get 3 heat maps. You do get unlimited, as you can see right here, for the pro version. But as of right now, I'm keeping it. I probably will upgrade just because this is so awesome and there's so much to do with it. But as of right now, this is what you do. So when you click on it and you go to View Heat Maps, you'll see that you're capable of seeing your home page, and then you can see where people are clicking on it. So it shows you right here what's hot, what's cold, shows you where people are clicking on. So like this button right here, I know is the About Us page, and that you can actually click on. So I've had 6 clicks on the About. The next one next to it, which I believe is Blog, is 2 clicks. So, or here we go, 6, something 2 is the larger one. So as you can see, and then here I had 1 click. Actually, someone clicked on this section, and then I had 2 clicks right here on this button within the last 30 days, I believe this is at. So it's accumulating. So you can see how people. The point of all this is that you get it clicks. You get to see where people are spending some time. And what is awesome about this, so it shows you what's above the average fold. So this is the average fold. So people see all the way up to this point. Beyond this is where they don't see. So you can see how people are interacting from a different experience. So the above fold, they click a lot in certain areas. They're clicking on the images to make sure the images are clickable. the titles, all that. So you can see that. And then when they get down below the fold, they're clicking on different areas here. So that will say, all right, maybe they're interested in that part, or they think they can click through to it. And then you can see here in the blog post or podcast episode, people are interested in this blog. And then they even get down to the bottom. So we can see what they're doing here. It also shows the clicks that have been recorded, 49 in total. It's 90 on the desktop view. This is what desktop. This one is for tablets, and then we have mobile. So we can see how people are interacting from the different devices as well. And that, I mean, that is incredible data that you can capture and use for your own purposes. So let's take a look. As you can see, and this is it. I have to ask them because this is not the same way anymore. So as you can see, I don't have this pop up anymore on here, but it's only showing this when I look at the recording, and the home page is a little bit different. So I do have to figure that out and talk to them. I will follow up and make sure I have either a follow-up video or I include it in the blog post that I create. So then it has the mobile version, which again has the same pop-up that has showed up. So it shows, I don't know where the tap is, but it's not showing that there. It's okay. Let's go back to the desktop and actually look at some of these other features. So they have types. Right now we're looking at the clicks. We can look at the move. So we can see how people are moving up and down. All right, so here we go. We can see where people are moving, where they're paying attention to. And they get down below, and this again shows you the hot, cold. So you can see that people are paying more attention. And this makes sense because where those little areas, the hotter it gets here, that's where a lot of the clicks are. So they're showing where they're moving. Let's take a look at how they're scrolling. So this is moving. So this is like where their mouse or arrow is actually ending up and where they're moving things around. Let's look at the scroll. So we can see where it's really hot up above, 98% visitors show, or look at this point, and it shows that people drop off at this point, and then they, quite a bit actually stay down as we keep going, and then at 65. And so if this is really good from a lot of different perspectives. First of all, if you ever put anything at the bottom of a page, specifically like this is a home page, if you put anything at the bottom of the page that you want people to take action on, you'll be able to see if they actually are looking at that or how far people are going. So we can see that significantly 25% of the visitors actually make it all the way to the bottom, where over half make it to the service page. So for example, if I felt I want more people to see my podcast episodes, and over my services, I might then go ahead and pull up the podcast episodes above the services and put it here in this section right below the fold. And this is for you, this is incredible information. You're now able to see exactly what people are doing when they get there. And people talk about user experience. I mean, you want more people to do what you ultimately want them to take action on. So if it's to consume content, if it's to take click on something or visit certain pages, then you can make sure, however your page is set up, that you can see where those visitors are spending their time, if they're missing that area, and then also you can go back to this click and move part and see if they're actually taking action on that. And then that'll give you an idea, all right, let's test some things out, let's move, let's redesign. However it is, you have to come up with a hypothesis and then take action and execute on it. So really, really incredible data that you can pull from this. So let's go over here. This is the part where I've used heat maps. This one is actually much better than a lot of the heat maps that I've ever used. But I also want to go over to the recording section. This one is what blew my mind. So first of all, you have the capabilities of you record, and you have to click on that option to allow yourself to do that, and you track it. Once you click on and say track or record the visits, then what you'll see is that you'll start getting these visitors to the page, and you'll start to record them. And then you can see people, the pages that they visited, how many pages, the time, the location, their IP address, their browser, the device, if they're on mobile. So you can see like this person is on a Mac, Windows. So you can see these different parts. So from a technical standpoint, if something isn't working, then you'll know based on the information that they're providing. They also show you if there's desktop or mobile. You can see, and then you'll be able to see it when you actually play it. So let's do this. For example, this person used their desktop, was on a Chrome, using a Mac computer, went to 2 pages, spent 26 seconds exactly. So we push play here. And again, this is part of the basic plan, which is absolutely free. So you only get 100 of these recordings, but man, it's unbelievable in what they give you for this. And I'm not quite sure how long they're going to have it up, where it's a complete free or basic tier, but we'll have to see, and I'll have to talk to them over there to find that out. But I mean, if you can, and again, I highly suggest jumping on this. This data is unbelievable. The insights you can capture from this will really help you to maximize the potential of your website. And I've already made a lot of changes to my website based on this. Taking certain pop-ups off, moving certain things around, not realizing that certain images weren't loading, you know, a lot of things, putting buttons at certain places, moving pages around, adding pages. So it's really incredible information that opens your eyes. So as you can see, this person visited the blog, was scrolling through, went down, came back up, went over here, clicked on page 2, went over here, was still looking through, was looking for something, but didn't get. Did they find something? Did they find something? Nope, didn't find anything. So we can see what they wanted, what they were hoping to get, and they clearly did not. So that didn't provide a whole lot of insight. Let's take a look at this, but they did go through the page. All right, this one is interesting. This is on a mobile phone, and this is one blog post, and we can actually see exactly where they came from, which was from a Facebook ad, because I tagged it. So if you're tagging stuff, you can actually let still show up. So I know this is coming from a tag. We'll be able to see the country, which is Ireland, which I was targeting, and they spend about 20 minutes on here. Let's see what they did. We're not going to spend the whole 20 minutes watching this, but it's good just to be able to get a perspective. All right. So we're here at the website, and they are going through this recording, and this is Ireland. This is actually a different one. This is about 2 minutes and 48 seconds. So first of all, what we see is that they are sitting at that top page for this entire process, and you can actually speed the stuff up. So you can drop down to this menu, and you can go to, let's see, you can go to 2 times, 4 times. So if we speed it up, it's going to go faster, clearly. And let's see, did they do anything? We can fast forward if we want to. And it looks like, I'm going to just take a guess that this person actually clicked on it but never actually scrolled through. So, or maybe they did. Let's go back. Nope, doesn't look like they actually scrolled through anything. So we are just going to, you can actually add a tag to this. So if you want to be like not responsive or didn't look at it, you can put something like that. Again, you could add notes and actions, but clearly this didn't do any notes, or there was no actions. But you also need the pro version for the notes. Let's take a look at that one for the 20-minute mark and see if we can just kind of see a little bit more. But you get the point though, in the sense that these recordings they let you see exactly what a visitor does when they get to your website, both from a mobile perspective and from a desktop perspective. So it's really, really informative. It helps provide insights, and you can make changes. And there's nothing like spying on people. Not really. I don't even want to use a negative connotation like that, but in all honesty, to be able to really see what people are doing is invaluable. You can't buy that type of, well, clearly you can buy that information, but they're giving it to you, so take it and use it. All right, well, this is not working the way a person is reading this blog. They're actually doing what we want them to do. They're moving past it. They're going back up for a second. So it's like, all right, she's not easily forgotten in the world of business, blogging, and entrepreneurship. We strive for the same level of attention as Kim Kardashian West. Maybe not to that extreme, but you get my point. So something there, they scrolled back up for a second. So you can see they're spending some time. They stop. They're reading slowly, and they're reading pretty, I don't know, maybe it's, you know what, it's probably just the connection. Because I do have this on 4 times, but it's not moving very quickly. Anyway, you get to see what they're doing. You can actually fast forward through some of the stuff. So if we want to scroll or fast forward to the 6-minute mark, we can see what they do here. So they went back to the top, or nope, they get down here. So we can actually see that when they get towards the end, they're sitting here and it's just stopped. So it looks like they either went ahead and did something else, they went to a different screen, different tab, something happened here. So we can make these assumptions and use this information towards our advantage. Anyway, that's the point of all this, is just to go through, show you how it is. Set this up, try it out. All right, let's jump back to the interface. There's a few other things here that I wanted to point out. One thing is that there's funnels. I haven't set any of these up yet. I really have only got to the point of doing recordings. But funnels is where you can actually go ahead, and if you want people to go from one page to another page, or if you're driving, if you have advertisements that are set up, and you're driving people to a landing page and then you're trying to push them through, maybe you got them signing up for something, you get them a landing page, you want them to go to a product page, so on and so forth. You can set these this funnel up, and you can track that inside of here, which is unbelievable because you can see what people are dropping off. The other part here is that you can actually do heat maps and tracking with forms as well, form analytics. You can see what people are doing when they get to a form. If you have forms set up on your website, if you have specific landing pages with forms, you can have that all set up. Unbelievable capabilities of what HotJar provides. And then this one is really, really interesting to me. All right, this is a poll. Now, what I've talked about is that Pep at Conversion XL actually mentioned this, is that they had a client who had a product page and people were dropping off. They weren't buying a lot. They weren't purchasing on that page. And so what they did is they set up a poll to actually ask people right within there how many, what was holding them back from actually purchasing. And there was a lot of different possibilities that could have come out of it. But they polled people, and it wasn't a high percentage. I mean, you're talking about like 2% of people that were actually visiting that page were answering those poll questions. And what actually transpired, the results from it, was really insightful in the sense that the shipping costs was really the highest part that held people back. So there was not much they could do around that, but they started to figure out ideas and they implemented it, and it increased the conversion rate. So just one way of using this, but I thought it was really interesting. You can actually put these polls on a page that maybe people are really dropping off. If you have advertisements like pay-per-click advertisements or Facebook advertisements, and you're driving people to pages, especially product pages, and people aren't converting at a very high percentage and you want to increase it, this is a possibility. If you got some good traffic coming there, put a poll on there. Ask them specifically why they aren't doing that. why they aren't purchasing, and find out. You know, there's no better way than to actually ask the customer, the user, why they aren't buying what you want them to buy. So there you have it. You also can do surveys on here, and very similar in the sense of asking them after they leave or after they purchase something what their experience was. And then from a recruiter standpoint, I'm assuming this is to set up a Skype call. As you can see, this is for visitors, and if you're looking to actually hire people, you can use this on your website as well. So there you have it. So just a quick, I know this was a little bit long, but there was a lot to cover in HotJar. I'll have more specific ideas in future videos, but now you can see the full out tutorial of how HotJar works, and then you should definitely go out there and check this out. You can actually, if you click down below, you in the post or in the comments, you'll actually see a link to my HotJar link account or affiliate link. Actually, they don't have an affiliate account yet, so it's not a big deal. Just I get like brownie points for referring people over. So if you want to use it, go ahead. You can go directly there, but I recommend you please do me a favor. Let me know that you're liking this. So click on the link down below. Also, you can go to the website. I'm going to have more tutorials. Sign up for the newsletter, which is going to be awesome because I get a lot more of these tutorials and these tools that I'm going to be reviewing, and also talking about how you can use these for different aspects of your business. Everything in a digital marketing perspective, from conversion optimization to analytics to advertisements, online advertisements to content. So it doesn't stop just here. It expands, and it's really all about how do you get that to work for your business, and ultimately how do you sell more. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment box down below. Make sure to sign up for the newsletter and also to sign up for HotJar. All right, until next time, peace.